We all assume that the next Mario movie would either be titled the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 or the Super Mario World movie. But nope. It's officially called the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which is pretty wild. The fact that they're heading to space already in just the second film is honestly kind of crazy. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 20 new characters and enemies I'd love to see in this upcoming movie. Obviously, all 20 probably won't make it in, but even if like half of them did, it'll honestly make me really happy. If you enjoy content like this, consider subscribing and liking this video. I post a lot of Nintendo speculation and ranking videos in general. Let's start off with some enemies I'd be excited to see. Octo-Oombas. These enemies absolutely need to be in this movie. They are very iconic to the Galaxy series and are basically like the alien versions of Goombas. So if they're going to space in this next movie, seeing Octo-Oombas all over the place makes a lot of sense. Dino Piranha, another standout enemy from the Galaxy games, but I hope they actually make him a legitimate threat to Mario and the crew. In the first movie, King Boo and King Bob-omb didn't really feel like a threat at all. They were more like cameos in the background. So I'd love to see a full-on scene where Mario has to take down Dino Piranha. Major Burrows, yet another memorable Galaxy enemy or boss. There are so many great ones in this series, which is one of the reasons why the Galaxy games are phenomenal. I actually think Major Burrows has a decent shot at appearing, since we already saw a Monty Mole in the beginning of the title announcement teaser. That could be a sign we'll see a larger, more dangerous mole enemy, and Major Burrows fits the bill perfectly. Whomps. These guys are classic across the Mario series. They had a pretty significant role in Galaxy 2, especially during the throwback Galaxy level. There are even smaller baby versions. It'll be super cool to see them brought into the movie. Thwomps, another iconic enemy and a major part of both Galaxy 1 and 2. There are tons of Thwomp variations. I'd love to see a scene inspired by Stone Cyclone Galaxy with Thwomps moving at lightning speed. That would just be peak cinema for me if they recreate that Galaxy level. It would just be so awesome. Chain Chomps. I think they were actually shown in a promotional ad for the first film, but not in the movie itself, which was strange. Hopefully this time they show up in the actual film and are treated as actual threats to Mario and the crew. Like Thwomps and Whomps, they are used very effectively in the actual games. Boo. Yeah, King Boo appeared in the first movie, but he was more of a background reference that I mentioned earlier than a real antagonist. His design also kind of feels a little bit rushed if you look at it. I'd love to see regular Boos, especially if the Boo power-up is in this movie. In the first film, Luigi encountered Dry Bones and Shy Guys as like the spooky enemies. This time, let it be the Boos in Ghostly Galaxy. Wiggler, another longtime Mario enemy that also appears in the Galaxy games. I wouldn't be shocked at all if a Wiggler made its way into the sequel of this movie. Lakitu. I was actually surprised Lakitu was not in the first film, especially since Spinies were. Lakitu would be a perfect enemy for Yoshi to take on. In Yoshi Star Galaxy, Yoshi can spit Spinies right back at Lakitu, and there's even a boss version. It would just be awesome to see that dynamic on the big screen. Spike. Nope, not that Spike. I'm talking about the enemy one. These guys weren't in the Galaxy games as far as I remember, so they might not show up in this film, but still, I think they would be a solid addition to the lineup of enemies. These are simple yet very cool enemies. Again, not from the Galaxy titles, but if the creators want to mix in some classic Mario enemies from across the franchise, which I'm pretty sure they will do, Mecha Koopas would be a great pick. Hammer Bro variants. We saw the regular Hammer Bros in the first film, but I'd love to see more variety this time around, like Boomerang Bros, Fire Bros, and Ice Bros. It would really add depth to the battles and sequences. Gobble Gut. This is one of my favorite bosses from Galaxy and Galaxy 2. It's a massive worm-like creature flying through space. Imagine a scene where the characters are stargazing and see a Gobble Gut floating ominously in the distance. This is probably my #1 pick for a boss in this new movie that I'll love to see happen. Now let's move on to characters I think that could actually play major roles. I've got 7 characters lined up for the rest of this list. Of course, that is a lot. Probably only 3 or 4 should actually appear, but I've narrowed it down to the ones I think that make the most sense. Yoshi. This is almost guaranteed after that post-credits scene in the first movie. Plus, there was a leaked image. We all thought that was fake, but it's real. Yoshi would definitely play a big part in Mario and Luigi's space adventure. I hope they include some of his Galaxy 2 power-ups as well. Also, I really think Yoshi should remain more of a creature or pet. He shouldn't have like full-on dialogue in my opinion. The only thing he should say is Yoshi. Rosalina, another character who's almost certain to appear in this movie. You can't make a Galaxy movie without Rosalina. It just wouldn't feel right. She's essential to the Galaxy games, and her inclusion would also mean the introduction of the Comet Observatory, which would be awesome to see. Daisy. Originally, I expected Daisy to be in this next movie if it was going to be called the Super Mario World movie. But now I'm not so sure. Having both Rosalina and Daisy in one movie will probably be too much. But Nintendo could surprise us. It would be fun to see her, though I think it makes more sense to focus on just one new princess. But if she does appear, I'm not complaining. Luma, yes. We already know Lumas will be featured in the movie, but I'm specifically talking about the Luma that gives Mario the spin jump ability. Maybe we could see multiple of these Lumas giving powers to Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, or even Toad. That was a key mechanic in the Galaxy game, so it should absolutely be part of this movie. Wario and Waluigi. Okay, I know these two aren't in the Galaxy games, and Waluigi has never appeared in a mainline Mario title, but they did mention that there will be surprises from other parts of the Mario universe. Imagine if Wario and Waluigi teamed up with Bowser Jr. to rescue Bowser after he's been captured from the end of the first movie. That could lead to a really interesting plot, and seeing Wario and Waluigi on the big screen would be a really nice surprise for the Mario fans. And for my most wanted character, Bowser Jr. I feel this makes a lot of sense because Bowser Jr. has a lot of fights in Galaxy 1 and 2. He has like a lot of machines he controls, especially in Galaxy 2. I love that green, I don't know what it's called, but it's a green machine, and you had to use Yoshi to eat the bullet bills and just throw it right back at him. I love that boss fight. So if they have that machine in this movie, that would just be great. And you could tell I love Bowser Jr. My whole channel was just named after him. So yeah, but they will need to have an excuse on why he wasn't in the first movie. So we definitely will probably see like Bowser's ex-wife or something, and he lost custody or something like that. And then Bowser Jr. has to go save his dad, and he hires Wario and Waluigi, and then they save him. That could be really interesting. I am making my own Mario Galaxy movie plot that should be releasing sometime this month or next month. So subscribe to the channel to look out for that. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.